I was unable to pay him child support for a child that I was caring for. I was the one taking care of his daily stuff, on top of having to pay a man child support that he's not staying with. You ain't getting.
This courtroom hearing starts with a familiar but infuriating story. A mother, Sherry Hagwood, who's standing in front of a judge insisting she shouldn't have to pay child support. Now,
Has the mother made any direct payments to you for the support of the children?
No, sir.
Do you have any additional information you'd like to offer to the court as it relates to this case?
No extra information. Well, you know what? She did. My son did run away when he was like in like the summer of before he turned 18, and then he went to go live with his brother. So that would that's what he did, and so he's lived with his brother for about I say about 7, 8 months. I can't remember the exact time. It's been a long time.
It's been a year.
And did you agree during that time frame for the child to live with someone else?
Yeah,
No.
to live with his brother.
No.
Ms. Hagwood, no one's asking you a question right now.
And just to confirm, sir, about how long did the child live with the other sibling?
It's about 7 or 8 months, I believe. I'm kind of off. Like I said, it's been a very long time.
Ma'am, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Sherry Ann Baldwin.
I'm sorry, is your last name also Hagwood?
That's my maiden name, and it's Haygood.
Haygood. Okay, thank you, ma'am. As it relates to the child support judgment, the state has calculated that you owe a total of $2,367.20 as of March 31st, 2024. I'm requesting that you pay that back at $150 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
No, sir.
Explain to the court why you're not in agreement to the amount that you owe.
Well, I got a phone.
let's just get this straight. She's saying she was caring for the child herself and still had to pay the father's support. Already sounds messy, right? But just wait. It gets a whole lot worse. So the judge opens by asking the father if
1st of 2022 from my oldest son, who is Lewis isn't the father, Dylan Haygood. And he told me that my son Lewis is there. He's been thrown out. And he doesn't know what to do. So I start helping. Lewis comes over here and he's staying with me for a few weeks. He's staying with his brother. And then finally he moves in with me April 1st of 22. And he's been away from his father ever since. Me and his brother's been caring for him, his eyeglasses, his doctor's appointments, getting him to court. I have documentation from the court stating that he was with me and his brother, probation officers that are willing to whatever y'all need them to write up. But I was unable to pay him child support for a child that I was caring for.
And
And
during that time, thank
that's
you, ma'am.
just it.
Thank you, ma'am. And during that time frame, when the child started to reside with you, did you petition the court to change the child support to reflect
Yes,
that
sir.
the child was living with you?
Yes, sir. I called y'all immediately and I emailed the court paper that I had stating that he was living with his brother. And then I went and got the lady told me to do this.
Ms. Haggard?
The whatever child support officer I spoke with told me to go file this with the courts. And it's my name is Sherry Ann Baldwin. I am the mother and the child of Luis Mendoza. He has resided with me since April 1st, 2022, and is currently residing in Johnson County. And it's signed and dated.
Again,
And
Ms.
then,
Haggard, Ms.
pardon
Haggard,
me.
the question that was asked is, did you petition the court to change the child support amount? Now, did you file a paperwork stating that the child was living with you? My question was, did you petition the court to request that the child support be changed to reflect that the child was residing with you?
Yes, sir, I did.
What's their case number, ma'am?
Well, I called y'all and told you that he was living with me and not the father. She told me to send in the paperwork that I had, so I did. And then she said she had 190 days to contact the father and that y'all would get a hold of me. And then she said that they froze the funds. And so I don't know.
Sherry has made any direct payments to support the kids. No, sir, he says calmly, almost as if he's used to this by now. He's quiet, collected, You can tell he's been through the ringer before.
And as it relates to the medical support, ma'am, the state has calculated that you owe a total of $849.32 as of March 31st, 2024, and requesting that you pay that back at $50 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
No, sir.
And could you explain to the court why you're not in agreement to paying that amount?
Because I feel like I was the one caring for his needs. I was the one taking care of his daily stuff on top of having to pay a man child support that he's not staying with. I don't have extra money like that. I can't be taking him to the eye doctor and to appointments and feeding him and clothing him and paying him his father child support.
And just to confirm, ma'am, when you say that you're paying the father child support for a child that's residing with you, when exactly did you pay those amounts to the father?
I have documentation of every child support payment I ever made, and I have documentation of it.
And ma'am, were
And
you able to review the
pardon?
report that was provided on the screen as it relates to
I
the
couldn't
child
really
support payment?
see. I couldn't really see, but
And
I
would you like for
stopped
me to
paying
for that
after April
April of what year, ma'am?
22. I stopped paying, and that's when I went and got the documentation that he was living with me full time.
All right, we have to understand one thing. The Attorney General's office is not the court. You can ask the AG's office to do a lot of stuff. You can ask them questions. You can ask them to file something for you that might help you.
Sherry. She can't even let the man finish his sentence before jumping in, trying to justify why she didn't pay. The judge immediately cuts her off, because in his courtroom, interruptions don't fly. Now, here's where it gets
If you don't file anything with the court, then it's almost like nothing ever happened because the AG has discretion to do what they like, which means they could file something or they could not file something. They didn't file anything. Separately, what you're supposed to do is file something with the court, and nothing was ever filed with the court. I don't work for the AG's office. The judges in the courthouse don't work for the AG's office. So you can tell me all day long that you talk to the AG's office, but that's not the court. So I can't modify your order. You were responsible to modify your own order if the AG didn't want to help you, or if you wanted to do it on your own. It's very simple to do, and that hasn't happened. So you owe these arrears. It's a very small amount. You owe the full amounts that are owed. You decided not to make payments. So you owe $2,367.20, payable at $150 a month, and medical support arrears of $849.32, payable at $50 a month. If there's money on hold, then they will try to forward that towards those amounts. And then if there's any remaining balance, then those are the monthly payments. All right, y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You ain't getting shit. You
Hey,
ain't
good.
getting
You want me to find you in contempt of court? Ms. Haygood, I can fine you $50 for contempt of court for cussing in my court. So please, don't act like a child. We don't need
I
that.
thought I was off. I thought I hit the button. I'm sorry.
Okay, be respectful. All right, y'all can press leave to like.
interesting. The father explains that his son ran away before turning 18 and went to live with his older brother for several months. He says it's been about 7 or 8 months. He's not exactly sure. The judge listens carefully, just trying to piece this family puzzle together. Then Sherry jumps in again. I'm the one who's been taking care of him, she says, insisting she's been the responsible one all along. The judge, staying calm, asks her for her name. Sherry Baldwin, she says, though Hagwood is her maiden name. The judge then lays out the math. As of March 31st, 2024, she owes $2,367.20 in back child support, and the court wants her to pay it off at $150 per month. That's when the fireworks begin. She says, no, sir, flat out rejecting the amount. The judge, unfazed, asks her to explain, and here comes the long, winding story, full of excuses and contradictions. She claims she got a call in February 2022 saying her son had been kicked out and didn't know what to do. So she took him in, cared for him, fed him, Got him glasses, took him to the doctor, handled court stuff, even says probation officers can confirm it. Basically, her story paints her as a struggling mom doing everything alone, and she wants credit for it. But here's the problem. She never filed anything with the court. No modification request. No motion to adjust support. Nothing. She says she called them and emailed papers and that the lady told her what to do. But calling the Attorney General's office and actually filing a petition in court are not the same thing. And honestly, you can feel the judge's patience starting to wear thin. The narrator in me just wants to pause right here and say, this happens all the time. People think calling an office or sending an email counts as a legal change. It doesn't. If the court order says you owe support, you owe it until the court says otherwise. Period. At this point, Sherry's story just isn't adding up. She insists she did everything right, but when the judge asks her what case number she filed under, she draws a blank. Suddenly, she can't remember. She says they told her they froze the funds. But again, nothing official, nothing on record. You can practically see the judge's expression, calm but done with the nonsense. And let's be honest, either she's lying or she's pretending not to know how the system works. Because even if the kid was living with her, she still had to file paperwork to legally change support. That's how it works. By this point, it's obvious what's happening. She's scrambling. The excuses are coming fast, but none of them fix the one issue that matters. The court order never changed. And things are about to heat up even more when the judge calls her out directly on her behavior and her attitude in court.